Hey, it's Lauren from Triple Lifestyle. I retired at age 29. The short version of that story is that I lived frugally and just saved and invested 60 to 80% of my income throughout my 20s. But that's not really what this video is about. Today, I want to tell you about how, even with no job and the stock market way down this year, I got over my fears about the next economic recession and learned to just chill out. My realization came from a random book I stumbled on. And honestly, I don't even think the author was trying to get me to stop worrying, but she did anyway. The book is called In Cheap We Trust by Lauren Weber. And don't worry, I'm not going to give you a book report here, but I do kind of want to talk about why I picked up the book in the first place, and then we'll talk about how it relates to economic recessions. So first of all, I was just kind of drawn to the title and the funny caricatures of cheap people as I flipped through the first few pages in the library. I've basically been called cheap or frugal my whole life, and my TV antenna, clip coupons, and library card can all attest to that. Now, before I read this book, I always assumed that economic crashes are scary, unpredictable events that I have no control over and no way to defend against, which, in fairness, is at least a little bit true. But secondly, I thought recessions ruined everyone's finances equally, including mine, which isn't true at all. In reality, financial crises don't impact everyone the same. Let's take, for example, the worst economic recession in US history, the Great Depression. Before the Depression hit, people were literally borrowing money to invest in the stock market. Those people got completely wiped out. There's a ton of speculative, high-risk investing going on then too, and a lot of those investments went to zero. On top of that, consumer debt was high, and people who were accustomed to luxury spending suddenly lost their jobs and had to cut back all at once. As I learned this type of history from In Cheap We Trust, I suddenly realized something. None of this stuff applies to me. I don't use leverage to invest, and I don't speculate. Most of my investments are just simple index funds. I have no debt of any kind, even my house is paid off. And honestly, my spending isn't really much higher than when I was a college student. All of this made me realize I don't personally have too much to worry about because I've just set my life up in a way that's different from the norm. Here's how you can too. The most important thing is to learn to be happy on less. As soon as you start spending less than you earn, money will start piling up in your accounts faster and you won't have any reason to borrow money either. Aside from that, when recession strikes, your income needs will be low enough to provide a buffer. Think about it this way. If you earn $60K a year, but only spend $30, your income can get chopped in half overnight without causing a problem. Besides, you'll have a bunch of money in the bank too, just in case. Secondly, make sure any money you invest is invested for the long run. Stock indexes always go up, eventually. Remember, when it comes to investing, patience is a virtue. A healthy combination of minimalism and patience can be your recession antidote. If you're interested in checking out In Cheap We Trust, I actually wrote a book review on my blog, triplelifestyle.com. I'll put a link to that, as well as where to buy the book, in the video description. Or you can just check it out from your local library. Thanks for watching, and stay chill.
If you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to subscribe or follow along on your favorite social media platform.